Go for it.
Stream.
Begin the stream. The stream is begun.
Stream.
Begin stream.
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 Go for it.
Oh, me?
Yeah.
Bro
All right,
in.
bro, you here?
And give
I got
yourself an inspiration after your.
Alrighty. So, since you last left our party, or departed our party, we had made our way to Thundertree Village to investigate the claims of Myrna Dendrar, I hope I'm saying that right, the woman that we had rescued from the Tressendor dungeons. Upon arriving, we saw a sign that proclaimed, dangers, zombies, and plant monsters and the like. We rightfully ignored this sign and went to the nearest landmark we could find, a tower atop the northernmost hill. We literally walked through the bushes to get up there. In front of the structure, as we arrived, we saw a group of dead spiders that had been gnashed, clawed, and partially eaten, laying in front of the door. Not taking this warning for what it was, the party then entered and encountered a green dragon. The party desperately dueled the dragon, fearing for their lives, one by one taking strike after strike from the dragon's menacing claws and teeth. Garthus fell after impaling the dragon with one of his harpoons, and Benadryl attempted to blind the creature in an attempt to give us an opening to escape. But it was futile in the end. Laws, in an act of desperation, threw up his beloved staff and propelled it forward with a second-level catapult. Through what seemed like divine guidance, or good rolls, the staff slammed into the dragon's collar, splintering into hundreds of tiny fragments, impaling the dragon's scaly hide. With an opening made, Albertine let out a draconic roar as he charged, swinging his battle axe down over his head and down onto the now weakened hide. With a solid crunch and a tearing squelch, the dragon retreated backwards, squirming away before taking flight and fleeing eastward. Albertine tries sorry, it was Benadryl. My memory's fading. Benadryl tried to ground the beast as it flew away, but only managed to catch it into a few trees. The party then claimed the tower as a temporary rest site and plundered the chest, which they found a second-level spell scroll, Misty Step, third-level spell scroll, Lightning Bolt, and a mysterious battle axe with engravings on it. Everyone there also found 200 SP and silver chalices adorned with moonstones. After sorting the treasure situation, the party made their way down to the northeast, investigating the long-abandoned barracks. With groans of the undead and shifting shadows from within, they decided to look elsewhere. However, when they entered another building directly south of it, which appeared to be a small textile of sorts, if I recall, a light rustling in the leaves could be heard, and the plants began to move. Twig blights! 5 of them, all with goofy names. However, our party was prepared for such an occurrence. Splinters were made, branches were ripped, and berries were crushed until it was done. After leaving the twig blights cold and finding nothing inside the house besides an old broken loom, our party headed to the most southwestern house, which was boarded up and barricaded from all directions, where we are now. Benadryl attempted to open the front door with a firebolt, but it simply seared it. Then magnified gravity in an attempt to cave the roof in. It buckled and cracked, but did not break. Finally, Garthus and Albertine took the battle axe and used it on the neighboring window. The board seared, sizzling slightly as they splintered, the rune engravings on the axe head glowing a subtle orange. Inside found was a group of hooded figures, cultists, a cultist group, more than possibly, that were cowering in fear in the corners of the room. The head of this group was a somewhat lower-ranking Duke or Baron named Favric, and he stated they were out hunting the aforementioned green dragon to make a deal with it for whatever reason. Upon learning the dragon was driven off, they packed up and left, disgruntled, but understanding of our situation. Now, our group stands inside the housing hazard, plotting their next move. Now you're all caught up.
Very good, thank you.
Oh,
Sorry.
I didn't know I could move that.
My bad. You weren't supposed to be able to. Sorry. Don't mind this. I just have to.
I'm spinning.
There you go. All right. So I'm just gonna go ahead and shoehorn Toa in where Garthus was.
He actually has an explanation for why he would be here, if you'd like to take the stage, Mr. Toa.
Oh. It's what I was thinking about, because Toa is capable of disguising himself as different people.
Okay.
So my theory craft is that because excuse me. Let me see. I'm a little tired because I woke up 15 minutes ago. So
I
let me
can say it
remember
if
what
you'd
I told.
I remember what you said.
Yeah, so it was effectively a lot of. Basically, Toa kind of had a mental moment, if you will, after the.
Already disbanded for a second.
What?
After he had left the party.
Yeah, because he's like, okay, too many things that he wasn't predicting has happened, and he kind of had to reevaluate if he even wanted to continue. Because
So-
he was just supposed to find this dwarf guy and then help him with treasure thing. This was not supposed to be, fighting a bandit group. He himself, even though he has connections to the underworld, let's say, has very little information on these red brands. Even after infiltrating them, it didn't paint a prettier picture for him. So, with the type of person he is, he decided, okay, I might have to reevaluate if I want to be here, and I need more information to do that. Also, the party now consisting of people he didn't know. Like, he didn't have enough information on Albertine or Benadryl for comfort. So he decided, I'm going to use my disguise ability, just like how I did before joining the party in the first place. Let's figure some stuff out.
And so he stalked the party.
Basically, yeah.
That's why he's here.
Okay.
Lost trust in people, which is why he, quote, left the party. In reality, just to spy on them and follow them around. So he could actually see what they're truly like. Because he's distrustful of the other members.
I see.
It's more of, not necessarily due to a total lack of trust, but more of a panic of betrayal, because that's what he fears the most. And he doesn't have enough information.
Fair
He
enough.
doesn't, especially after Benadryl, to him, is acting even semi-randomly. He wants to know if that's actually his personal quirk, or if there's something else going on, because he's a mage.
Yeah, Benadryl's just crazy.
Yeah, but Noah doesn't strictly know that, because he wanted to find out if there was something else to it.
Alrighty.
Well, I guess
But-
we should make our next move.
Now after seeing, especially after the Green Dragon encounter, he felt like he made the right decision. Especially if the party was about to be killed, but then they survived, so he's like, okay, nobody bailed on each other. Backstabbing didn't start happening. Survival of the fittest didn't take over for anyone.
Oh, it very much almost did.
Right, but it didn't from Tella's perspective. It's like, okay, maybe they actually are willing to trust each other to that degree. So his fears of Benadryl may have been unfounded.
Well, I guess we will find out, shall we? As we explore the rest of town.
I'm gonna have to change this.
The music timing is perfect. So
Really
I
could
guess I guess we'll let Toa or the DM decide how he decides to meet back up with the group.
I'll let Toa decide.
Yeah,
So
the
we are
cultists had already
currently-
left, right?
the cultists are gone. They
They
left
don't follow that.
southward.
How long ago?
20 minutes.
I would say within the last 2 minutes or so, because we did start looking around the house right when we called it last section.
So-
Or session.
Basically, from the direction, I guess you could say, because they left south, right?
Yeah, this is the direction. Whoops, this is the direction they left.
So basically, Toa just emerges from what would be the tree line or whatever the outskirts of the village was after eyeballing who the cultists were. And being like, so you're not concerned about the green dragon? Just casually walks up to Lars without saying anything beforehand.
Oh boy, should I roll for another saving throw considering I already got jumped by the skeleton arm?
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, this could be amusing.
All right. I shot the thing and then passed out, if I recall last time.
Oh boy.
7. Oh boy.
Oh, this could get interesting.
So anyway, Lars started blasting.
Lars hears the rustling of the trees and the bushes separate as he sees a figure emerge. Already startled from the skeleton hand thrown out the window, he immediately thrusts his staff up and shouts, "Who's there?"
Oi! No need to get stabby with your crystal thing.
I'm sorry, Toa. What are you doing here? You were back at town, Phandelver.
Yeah, and then I heard you
He
encountered the
was
green
very
dragon, and I needed to
attracted
see
to
if you were
us.
still alive.
I'm sorry, what was that, Benadryl?
Clearly, he was very attracted to us. We're all so incredibly good looking.
Maybe I shouldn't be complaining. We did just kind of almost die with the dragon here, and having your healing abilities would have been very, very, very useful.
Well, I couldn't exactly get close enough to do anything once the fighting started because
Wait, you mean you were watching?
Albertine
How
like
dare you make intelligent decisions?
toes up and like I guess pokes his little dragon face right in your face. Like, so the whole thing? All of it?
not necessarily.
Go
I
on.
was at enough of a distance to ensure to escape from the dragon. When I noticed it, I figured you would be running.
Were you disguised as one of the cultists in there? Just hiding with them? Observing through the periscope thing?
As much as I want to say yes, then I'd have to figure out how I actually got disguised as the cultist, and I don't know enough about the cultist to know how well that would have worked.
No. Regardless,
Yeah, it was like, no, I was hanging out on the tree line.
I see.
I was trying to figure out who they were, but apparently, you decided that kicking in the door and just asking them was simpler.
Why, we didn't know they were in there. We did apologize. Isn't that right, Gothis? Gothis?
Now that you mention
I don't
it,
know about
have
you.
not seen
I tried
Garthus
to
for a
explode
while.
people.
Hold on. And like Albertine goes over to the chest. He's no longer guarded. It's not like Benadryl level 99 chest. Albertine cracks open the chest, kind of sifts through the coins for a little bit, and then yells back, "Everything is still accounted for. I don't think he took anything. I not find him."
Did he? Huh. The chest wasn't a mimic, was it?
No,
Doesn't
it wasn't.
feel like a mimic. Like Albertine like throws his hand. You can hear like clinking stuff.
I know he was here a minute ago. I saw him.
Strange.
Ooh, don't know what happened.
Hey,
Maybe-
Benadryl, is there a way to swap places with someone, like, randomly?
It depends on how much wizardry you want to involve, but theoretically, yes.
Because I have a feeling that something like that happened. People
I
don't
mean-
normally vanish into thin air, and he definitely didn't leave. I would have seen him.
It did happen
Is
to
he taking a
Albertine at
shower?
one point.
Albertine like looks down, kind of carefully takes a few steps back, peers down at the dirt, and exclaims, "That's right. Look at the footprints. You can tell is his boots. Very, very big feet. Look." Points down. You can see a series of footprints that end right at the chest. Don't go anywhere. It's like he just vanished into thin air.
Do you think that the chest? It's not a mimic. Do you think there's something in the chest that absorbed him, like a bag of holding of sorts?
Albertine goes back over to the chest and rifles through it. No, it's just gold. And maybe some other jewelry.
Benadryl gets directly on top of the gold and is like, "I'm not falling through."
Alright, it slams down on Albertine's fingers. Albertine's just like, ah!
That's my toes!
Ah! Ah! Still on the chest.
Well, he can't exactly get off. It's got his toes.
What? No, it slams on Albertine's fingers.
Well, he jumped inside the chest,
Oh, he
so
did?
Yeah.
it closed on his legs too.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah.
Forget all the screaming. I thought Benadryl was like jumping on the chest and closing it.
No,
No,
jumped
he
jumped
inside
into
the
it.
chest.
He jumped into it. Okay. I don't know. You're clinking. The coins are all muddy now. Albertine stands back and is like, what is this about? You're getting the perfectly good money all muddy and gross and hey.
Well, I clearly can't fall through it.
I could
Well-
have told you that.
I guess. Should we
Albertine.
investigate the rest of this house before we move on? I guess.
Is
Figure out what we're gonna
there?
do with the
Hey,
box.
Lars.
Yes, I'm ready
or
to just
Benadryl.
ignore the mysterious absence of our friend. This does
Yes?
not bother me. Why don't we just continue? He's bound to turn up later. That
I
man-
mean, it happened to you once, Albertine. I'm sure he'll turn up. It's like a lost puppy.
So, is there a way we can check for like a potential magic circle? I don't know if anyone here has sense magic.
well, I can detect general magic auras, but no, I cannot see with my.
Yeah. So I guess the question would be if the party is equipped with something to be able to detect if like a magic circle took Garthus.
No, I was learning to do that, but I left before I finished that lesson.
Benadryl, you are our resident wizard. You're very old, must know lots and lots of things about. What do you? You want to look?
Benadryl performs an Arcana check.
Make your roll.
I just realized I have duplicate dice on the desk.
15 plus 6, I believe it is.
Plus 6.
Yeah.
Well, that's above a 20. You smell it. You smell the green magic. It's separated now, but it's like someone lit off a firework spot where Arthas was magical.
Oh, yeah,
wizard
there was
eyes.
Definitely some magic shenanigans going on here.
Do you think that those cultists may have done something to him after thinking that it was him that was poking them with the mage hand, by chance?
No? They were pretty much out of spell range at that point, unless one of them is a really, really strong caster.
True. You make a
In
point.
which case they would have obliterated us off the face of the earth.
I'm honestly surprised they didn't do that when we, almost caved the roof in of the building that they were, hiding in.
Maybe the
Exactly.
magic circle isn't related to the cultists and someone from Garthus's past, like long range teleportation.
I doubt that. He comes from a fishing village.
I don't know. Have you ever? All
Well,
the bubbles and tentacles and the screaming.
I think that's something we can worry about later, honestly.
Well-
We have 2 courses of action for us to take. Now minus Garthus, it's going to be a little bit harder for us to do any combat here. We can continue to loot this building. They did say we could search it to our heart's content. We did not.
Yeah,
finish
that's
doing
definitely
that.
not alarming, by the way.
Or
That just
we
means
can...
that they probably took anything of value with them. Which is
Oh,
why
they
I still
probably
think we
did.
should have shot them.
Benadryl, did I hear that you wanted to just murder these random people who are of no threat to us?
I mean,
They
I
were
don't-
clearly cultists.
I guess you have a point there, but we can't just shoot people on sight unless, they're actually going to try and attack us. This fabric guy seemed like a somewhat decent fellow, if, a bit full of himself.
Albertine points at
Exactly.
Benadryl and it's like, I've known this mage for maybe 1 week. Not out of.
I guess
Murder
I'm just
is
surprised
always
every
one
time
of the answers.
I guess I should just get used to it at some point.
I have no opinion. We can continue to stay, look, or maybe just decide to take our chest and all good with everybody else.
Well,
Let's get everything we can.
it might be a good idea for us to leave, considering that we only have one melee fighter with us now, and the rest of us are rather squishy, to say the least. If we come across anything scarier than those twig blights, it may not go well. I know we haven't found what we were looking for here, and it's possible the cultists possibly had that exact item that we were looking for, but I don't know if it'd be a good idea for us to stay here.
From what I've been observing, I believe that it to be a more wise decision.
I mean, at least you still have all of your spell slots and capabilities, Mr. Toa.
For the moment.
We are mostly exhausted here.
As
Oh.
suspicious as I am of your absence to fight with the dragon, I am glad to see you.
Yeah.
You are easy to see that having a bit of a rough time as
Yes, it was death-defying time. But I say that we should start making our way towards the exit if nobody has any objections. I don't know if there's... I don't think it's going to be really safe for us to continue here.
We'll have
At
to
the
come
ve-
back and see if there's anything else of value here.
At
We
the
might.
very least, I believe recovering our strength, I believe searching at full strength is a wise idea if we wish to continue.
I mean, we will have to pass a few buildings on our way to the exit, so...
True. Let's go.
The exit is up here. It is in the northwestern part. We are on the opposite end of town, so we can make our way back up top.
I will drag
And-
the chest, and like Albertine over puts one like scaly hand on the chest and starts
Just starts scraping the
Yeah.
stone scraping meme sound.
sound. Yeah.
Which way do we want to go? Do we want to go back the way we came? Go up and around? Or do we want to go through this house here and cut through?
Okay.
Pardon?
What was that?
I think it was a sneeze.
That was me yelling at my roommate for chucking a ball of tinfoil at me.
All I heard was a and your mic cut off. I thought that
No, I
maybe a
just yelled
spider
4K.
crawled onto your monitor or something.
Sorry, guys. I just mashed my up out. All.
All right, let's get going.
Righty, let's go back the way we came to avoid possible ramifications.
I love no consequences.
Albertine, off of the chest.
That's gonna do like 1d6 falling damage to that poor dude.
That poor.
You know what? I do take 1d6 falling damage because
Wait.
I am a wimpy wizard.
Just your
I love this kind of stupid nonsense.
Ooh.
3. Benadryl falls face first, and there is a distinct crunch.
Huh.
Oh, Benadryl. That did not sound good.
Oh,
nose broken?
God. Oh, God, my nose. Ah.
there we go.
Ah.
Exactly how it went.
Ah.
Albertine, you have to be more careful around him.
Blood is just-
More of it, I think it was
comically
just his own
sprayed.
idiocy.
Well, that's a very nice thing to say, Mr. Toa.
How dare you say things that are entirely true?
Says while like resting a hand, voluntary. It's like a three.
Oh, no, he's
stooges
just-
rolling tumble and flash together.
All right, let's help you up here, Mr. Benadryl. Lars says.
It's
as
your
he-
fault for standing on chest.
Oh, my face hurts.
We can fix that when we get back to town. Say, when we get out of here, should we head to Neverwinter, since that's along the way back?
It's okay. I drag Wizard too, and he like takes like Benadryl and
Oh, okay.
he
God.
just like drapes him over the chest.
Oh no, it restores you. You link it.
Is anyone else seeing my floating
There you
D20?
go.
I am seeing your floating dice. I can't interact with it either.
Neither can I.
Did it touch a zone?
There may be a zone that it touched.
DM, can I have my dice back?
Sorry. Property of Thundertree.
For some reason, I feel like I need to just start saying the words 15 over and over again.
He's
That's
okay.
a-
We'll pass.
Huh.
Don't worry. And he like drags you and the chest. And
I like to think that my feet are still in the chest. So he's just dragging the chest with me attached, and I'm just dragging by the face. No, rock, no, rock, no, rock, no, rock.
hold on. All right. Drags you. It's slow going.
Toa is still debating whether or not this idiocy is worth a spell slot to heal him at this time.
Don't. Just leave him to his idiocy.
Yeah, he's also contemplating, this is why I had to get more information, because these random shenanigans. Is he truly just an idiot, or is there more to it?
Yeah, all
He
right,
will never
canonically-
know the answer.
Canonically, there were no shenanigans. Back the shenanigans.
This is why he's like, is it? That's why he was trying to figure out, is that truly an act, or is he
I should've
really
made-
just an idiot?
I should have made wisdom a dump stat on Benadryl.
I think it's funnier that it isn't, because it's like
He's wise. He
he's
knows
like
better.
choosing to be the idiot.
All right, do you check any other buildings on your way out?
Yeah,
or
I was about to say, do we want to check any of these buildings that we are passing by?
pass this one. This one.
Gentlemen, out. Should we out? Check any of these out buildings? Out.
How
Salute?
exhausted
Out.
are you
Good
guys
being
to the
such a
point
baby.
it's like
It's your own fault for having such a soft face.
So most of us are on pretty good health, besides Benadryl, who took damage. Albertine has some damage. I
have-
am on full health, but I have very few spell slots, and Benadryl has basically none.
Yeah.
it's like, well, I'm about as fit for combat as I can be, so I think we could check a house or two.
Okay. I guess we can check any of these ones that we're walking by. So 9, 6, 3, the group of 2 or 1. We haven't looked at any of those yet. Anything that doesn't have an X, we have not investigated.
Benadryl like that. This house looks different. Smaller than the
Oh yes,
Yeah.
I saw that from the top of the tower. It
You-
looked
you
like
know-
an outbuilding of some kind.
You know,
I
let's at
may be
least
face first in the dirt, but I can tell that you guys are being genuine.
let's go ahead and check. Let's check. Well, we could check this building. It's small enough that we should be able to flee in the worst case scenario. As Toa was searching for a word there.
Okay, Toa. I guess we can take a look. It probably won't hurt too much. We should definitely have somebody be on watch, though, just in case something sneaks up from the outside.
Alright, I'd like to inspect the building to see, like, normal door, window, anything that shouldn't be there.
Let me. So, guess who has been playing Disco Elysium? That's right, it's me. Guess who never really understood how to pass time until playing Disco Elysium? You got it.
Wow. I don't know what to say.
I don't either.
I'm not as familiar with that, so...
So what Disco Elysium does is that only passes time. Interact with it,
Oh, okay.
which is like, whoa, that's crazy. spend X amount, searching through takes some time. You can 70 times.
Mm-hmm.
Let me use this.
Gotcha.
Why not? All right, let's say it's military.
Oh, sweet. I love military time.
This is going to be a comically large print.
Say it's 14.
Okay.
Want to investigate this?
Yeah, just like look on the outside just to make sure there's nothing obvious that we're missing.
Looks like a dessert.
Like looking for like door and window layout.
Oh,
Well,
the walls are halfway.
Okay.
Ruined shop is cluttered with saggings, shelves, broken furniture, shards of glass, and pieces. Rubble next to.
Is there anything good in there?
Well, it's a shop to begin with. Wasn't the thing we were looking for in a shop?
They
I
didn't
think that
specifically say
is-
where. Well, actually, no.
She did
She
say
did
that.
mention a store.
Yeah, this is worth a look at the very least because it matches the description of the story.
Very well. Who wants to stand guard and who wants? Oh, who am I kidding? I'll do it. Lars says as he approaches the doorway. Albertine?
No.
Benadryl's going to look at Albertine before he goes and just be like, he's starting to understand.
What's up, Albertine?
Why don't I start a bit of it
Okay.
more dangerous to go inside?
I was gonna have you stand guard initially, but if you want to go inside,
Albertine
my
like,
guest.
drags back. Here,
Also,
wizard
I
can
want-
watch.
I gotta bring up from Twitch here. They are saying your mic is cutting in and out. I'm not
it
seeing.
is.
I'm not hearing much cutting in and out, though you are much quieter than the rest of the party. I'm going to turn myself down a little bit here, so I'm
How's that?
not blowing everybody's ears out.
That's better.
Interesting. I turned the volume on my mic down intentionally.
Huh.
There we go.
Yeah, that's a lot better. I was waiting for the stream delay to catch up.
Yeah, that's on me. I
Benadryl?
just turned my mic down.
Benadryl, since he is face down on the ground, is going to ritual cast Unseen Servant to rather than hold guard, he's going to have the Unseen Servant hold him up.
So he can see?
Yes.
I don't think it's that strong.
It's strong enough to hold up a person.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it can't do major tasks, but
Like Fireman carry someone it's capable of doing.
oh no, it's got less strength than I do. Okay.
I was gonna say.
It has a strength of 2.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, my memory of that spell has it significantly less strong.
Then I would still like to summon it and have it try and lift me.
Very well. You just kind of chant and wave your arms. It's very clear you're doing a spell while you're flat on your on your
On
belly.
my face, yes.
Yeah.
Toa just like looks with curiosity as to what he's doing. Just like peeks his head over the chest.
Don't worry, in about 14 minutes, this is going to be so impressive.
Whatever you say.
Very good.
Alright, you guys can do whatever you want.
Okay.
Well, are we going to take a look?
Yeah,
We're going to take a look. I'll stand guard, and I'll keep an eye on everything.
All right.
Lars says as he turns around and keeps an eye on the roads, holding his attunement stone in hand, ready to cast at a moment's notice.
alright. I guess we can start moving some of the junk.
Okay. All right. Why don't we take a look here, and then I think it's time for a little intermission.
Okay.
So, you go ahead and search the little ruin there. You find that all the reagents and concoctions here have long since been ruined, and the books are an unreadable mass of rot.
That's
However,
unfortunate.
I would like someone to make a perception check.
Well, Toa's the one that's
Oh,
looking
never
in
mind.
there.
Never mind. Never mind the check. So you met Myrna, right?
Myrna,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. You remember what she mentioned. Starting
Yep.
to come through. You find a small wooden case hidden in a compartment beneath the storage shelves.
Right where she said it would be.
Interesting.
I guess I can try to use thaumaturgy to try and open the little box to see if it's already unlocked. So I can open it from a distance.
Okay. So thaumaturgy allows you to open unlocked things?
If it's unlocked, it allows me to open it.
Yeah, it opens. Inside,
Yep.
you see a gleaming gold necklace with a fine emerald pendant.
Ooh, emerald. It's my favorite gemstone. Hmm.
It looks like it's been untouched by all the rot and mildew in the rest of this shop, because the case was rather heavy duty, sealed very well.
So, looks over at Albertine. What are the odds on this being enchanted?
Albertine squints at it and then takes it from you and holds it up to Benadryl. Sniff this, like smell it. Does it smell like magic?
Like a dog.
Could you be a good boy and maybe let me know?
The unseen servant is going to take it and hold it under my nose, and I'm just going to give a big old sniff.
It smells like metal. Does not smell like magic.
I'm going to do an Arcana check just to be sure.
Roll it.
He doesn't have his dice. He still needs it back.
Yeah. My dice is still levitating off in the distance.
There you go. Read it.
All right.
Whatever, 20, 25 or something like that.
The roll was a 17.
17 plus 6. So, yeah, 23?
23.
23?
23.
You're feeling very lucid. All the rocks hitting your face really have you feeling alive. And so sometimes you're not quite sure. You know, you got that wizard brain fog where you're just like, is this me or are these voices from the great beyond just trying to influence my thoughts and manifest themselves? But you're feeling pretty grounded, pretty sober. It does not smell like there's any magic on there.
All right, kids. Yep. Smells like normal metal.
Okay. And Albertine snatches the amulet from the unseen servant. And
Hey,
then
Toa, is there a crest on this thing by any...
back.
Or, hey, Lars, is there any crest that you've noticed on this thing? Like, tries to have Lars inspect the amulet?
Sure, I can take a look.
All right, you run your eyes over it. It is completely unmarked.
No, there's no marks or anything on here. Just looks like a standard amulet. Gold with emerald gem. Probably pretty valuable.
Perhaps, but I don't know if we want to sell it, considering they went through the trouble of hiding it.
Well, to be fair, she said that we could have it and we can do what we wish. I know emeralds can be used in enchanting and can help accentuate magic, but this clearly does not have any kind of magic imbued into it of any kind. It's simply just an heirloom, a necklace, an amulet, whatever you wish to call it.
Well, for the moment, I would say we at least hang on to it before we try to, pawn it off because I feel like it's way too valuable for it just to be twiddling its thumbs here. I feel like we're missing something.
Good idea.
But-
Like Balazar takes the amulet, tosses it in the chest, shuts the chest.
Wait, before you do that, someone bite it or something and make sure it's not chocolate.
We're not
Yeah?
chocolate. Chocolate
You
gold.
sniffed it! You should have been able to smell the chocolate.
Now, I have a very weirdly specific sense of smell, and I wasn't looking for chocolate.
It is
You
not
mean
made
you
of
aren't
chocolate.
smelling for chocolate?
If I smelled for chocolate, I would have determined if it was chocolate.
Well, let's have him smell it again. And he like takes it out of the chest and hangs it by Benadryl's nose.
Nope, doesn't smell like chocolate.
See, it's fine. And he like tosses it back in the chest.
Okay, because back in the younger days, you would not believe the number of weird things that look like gold were made of chocolate.
Yeah.
This
I
must be a
see.
human thing.
I-
I am used to spiders being in my food. It's very funny, actually. Full of giant spiders. They try to kill you. Those were the good old days.
They
Does
what?
sound like fun.
Yes. They give you an omelet, for example, right? In the yellow part, the yolk, full of spiders, big spiders. You have to kill them, otherwise they kill you. oh, my parents sure knew how to run a very good practical joke.
Very good.
Remind me if ever we go back to your homeland, not to eat the omelets.
It's perfectly safe for adult, but for a child, it's very dangerous.
I think it'd be dangerous for me, and I am an adult.
It's very funny as adults to watch them fight for their lives. Oh, very scared, very terrifying. Really, it really teaches you not to be afraid of anything else. You expect spiders in your breakfast. Nothing else seems so scary. Anyway, and he just grabs the handle of the chest.
Yes.
Anywhere else we want to go?
No. I
I mean,
don't.
we did find what we were here for. Anything else would be excess risk, but perhaps we could look in maybe one or two more buildings on our way.
It work with me.
All right.
I
I'm
think we
ready.
definitely want to be
Oh.
out here before the sun sets, no matter how we slice it, though.
Yes, it's looks past noon. Do we want to check this one? It's a bigger one by the looks of it. This one gives me a bad vibe. I'm not going to lie.
At the
Wizard,
very least, an
stand
outside
guard.
inspection.
and he puts a rock on Benadryl's cloak to weigh him down.
That would work.
He's just bullying you for no reason. I'm so sorry.
Oh no, this is great. This is the kind of dumb nonsense that I live for in D&D.
All right. At an intersection near the middle of the village, a narrow lane winds up the steep hillside to the north. Directly to the south is a ruined building that might have been a store or workshop. Webs stretch across the lane, from the building to the trees on the north side of the road. Something about these, and Albertine twangs the webs. They go, like webs do. Something about these gives me a bad feeling.
Yes.
For some reason, I'm thinking about breakfast. Is anybody else hungry?
No, I
yeah, the spiders-
The dragon.
There are spiders probably very much alive in here. We probably should not stick around.
Sounds good to me. And
I'd agree with that personally.
not worth
Next-
the risk.
Next building.
All right, we got two here.
Does this building points to where number 4 is? Does this one look more intact to you?
It does. We haven't been down that side of town yet.
You're right. He's actually very good.
I guess it wouldn't hurt to take a look.
Albertine grabs Benadryl, parks him right there. He puts 3 stones on his cloak this time. Don't go anywhere. Scream if there is
I
trouble.
literally am incapable of leaving right now.
Really loud. Scream really loud. There is anything you say. Just
Oh,
like
if something goes wrong, I'll bleed and scream.
good.
Not,
That's good. That
hopefully
will
not in
work.
that order.
Probably scream before the blood. It seems like more. Maybe we can do something to prevent the blood if you scream. And
Exactly.
right there, I think we're gonna take. We're gonna take a little siesta. we're back! Jump scare.
I was just about to say you can find them on the asset table.
Yo.
Yep, they're there on the save I gave you.
Darn.
Anyway, we are back. So Albertine goes to investigate the door.
Actually, before you do that, Albertine, I could try to open it from a distance with thaumaturgy if it's unlocked.
Benadryl just points at the door, and an invisible force opens it.
Okay.
Yeah, all right. I think so. Let me just make sure it's not locked real quick.
All right.
You know, somebody once told me the best way to check if a door is locked is to kick it.
Okay. So, you open the door, and you see inside this little house, there's a gaunt, white-bearded man whittling a sharp pointed stick. As soon as the door opens, he stops whittling, and his eyes flick up to stare at you.
Huh.
He just sees this dragon dude standing in the doorway.
Albertine waves.
Lars walks on over to take a peek inside. Oh, hello there, sir. Good day. Sorry, hope we're not intruding.
Wordlessly, he puts his knife down, and then he sets the stick by the wall, just kind of rest, props it, and then he gets up very slowly, walks to the door, looks you in the eye, and says, "Can I help you?"
Perhaps we were just exploring this village. We saw the sign that was overrun by zombies and plant monsters. Are you okay here, sir?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, could you tell us what happened here by chance? How did this start?
Eruption.
The eruption?
Mm-hmm.
Volcano?
Mm-hmm. That's right.
The eruption from was it Mount Houtenau, was it? Houtenau? I don't know how to say that.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, yes, I had heard about that. It displaced quite a few people in the region. My condolences for that.
It's in the past.
All right. Well, thank you. Could I get your name, sir, actually?
Rydolph.
Rydolph. Fine name, my good sir. I'm Lars Lyron of the Lyron household. And these here, my adventuring partners. Lars says as he waves his hand over to Albertine and Toa and points at Benadryl on the floor with the rocks. He's
I don't even think he can see Benadryl.
He sticks
Oh,
his head
Benadryl's
out
outside.
as he sees you point, like to the part of the bush outside past his view. He like pokes his head out, nods to himself. Okay.
Do you require any assistance with the troubling monsters that are in this area by chance?
Appreciate the offer, but no.
Okay.
Fair enough, good sir.
Well,
Sorry to disturb you. We'll be on our way now.
yeah.
Peace be upon you, kind stranger.
Don't go just yet.
Oh. What is it, my good sir?
Heard a commotion earlier. Was that you that drove off that dragon?
It was, actually.
Hmm. Could I speak with you for a moment?
Sure. I don't see why not.
Just a bit. Alone.
Alone?
Mhm.
Say? But why does it have to be alone?
It's private. Secret.
Lars kind of gives a nervous glance to the rest of the party.
Benadryl is still face down outside.
He's face down, ass up.
You know it.
I guess it wouldn't hurt. Lars gives a nod to Albertine for the keep an eye open kind of nod.
He squints at Toa. Bone. You a druid, son?
No, sir, cleric. My sisters are druids.
Thought there was something funny about you. Never mind. He beckons you in, shuts the door.
Albert, come over and whisper to Albertine, if he locks that door, we're kicking it in.
Albertine nods gruffly. You hear it latch, but you don't hear it lock.
Very good. Hey, Benadryl, can your unseen servant, I guess it's a little late for that now. To try and get it inside.
I mean, if you put a hole in the wall, maybe.
Yeah, he would notice if we put a hole in the wall. How big
Hey,
of a hole do you need?
How big of a drill do you have?
I don't have a drill, I have a crowbar.
Might not work then.
So, what is it you wanted to discuss with me? Lars says, visibly nervous.
Alright, he's gonna say some stuff to you. I'm gonna DM, because it's secret.
It's secret. Yes, yes. Oh, how I love the secrets.
Man, now I just want to play that rat dude.
We gotta play that rat RPG.
Yes, I'm gonna be the unhinged crazy one.
Oh yeah.
Talks to himself.
Oh yeah.
You're gonna channel your inner Benadryl.
Oh, yes. I very much would like to release that inner Benadryl of mine. Oh, yes, they stalked me in my sleep. Up-de-2 and 1 to 2. Here we go, down the loo.
That was
kind of
good.
thing. Huh.
Well, talking to Albertine, we're gonna find out if driving off that dragon was a good or a bad thing for this guy. I'm not 100% sure either way.
Could I elaborate on this? This,
Yeah, send me any questions.
Huh?
DM me any questions. And then, while that's going on, anything you guys want to do waiting outside?
Not really. Just waiting.
Just kind of stay observant towards like the south in case the friends who ran off decide they don't want to be away for very long. Just kind of hanging out in the bush line here.
Hmm. Okay.
There. Those are my questions I had in mind. In that order.
Albertine just kind of starts rocking back and forth on his heels, whistling. Got his hands tucked behind his back. Boy, they're sure taking their time in there, eh? He says loudly enough for you two to hear it from the inside.
Oh, fun.
He goes and starts like rifling through the chest. Benadryl's feet slip out once he opens the lid.
Oh. Ah. Benadryl gets up and his nose is at a 45-degree angle.
Let me fix that for you. And he like
You just like crunch.
Yeah.
Oh, pain. Oh, okay. Oh,
looks better already. Is it supposed to be
Oh,
bleeding like
geez.
that?
oh. But my nose does look better.
Uh,
Uh, good fitting music for this.
I assume you two are having this conversation over text.
Yes, we are, because it's behind closed doors and it's a secret.
Secret.
Really putting my acting chops to the test here for figuring out what Lars would and wouldn't do in here. Or I guess
Oh,
what
yeah.
I would do, I am Lars. I have to think about it that way. That way I can stay in character.
Albertine takes one of the rocks from. Oh my god! Takes one of the rocks from.
Excited.
Oh boy! Oh boy! Oh boy! Oh boy! Oh, I can't make him do it anymore. Oh boy! Oh boy! Oh boy! Oh boy! Oh no!
he just gets stuck in Benadryl's cape.
He trips over the
We're
rock that
all
he put in
going
there.
for an adventure.
I see that on the corner of my screen.
Wee. Interesting. You can drag things. Skepticism.
Yes, I did not spell that right because I am dumb. There we go. I will fix that for you. Skepticism. Do, 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 do.
This print is coming along unusually well, and it worries me.
That means something's gonna break at the last moment.
I hope not. Vibes. Right. There you are.
At this point, you see Sildar Hallwinter walk up the trail.
Really?
Mhm.
Really?
Huh.
You don't, Lars.
Well, yeah. I'm just surprised.
Tella looks more puzzled at him just randomly appearing.
Oh, it's all of you. What are you doing in a place like this? He says,
Benadryl's gonna eye
suddenly
him very
suspicious.
suspiciously.
He eyes you suspiciously. Are you still like collapsed or
No,
eyeing
but
him
my face is-
suspiciously from the ground?
I'm like
Just
leaning up
like-
against the wall, and I look exactly like what happened. Like someone dragged me.
Just very
all-
that's your gaze, just very suspiciously. Just like, what are you doing here? On the ground.
You.
Benadryl, are you quite alright?
Yes.
He's looking around way too much for my taste.
Do you happen to know who lives here?
Why, yes, it's, my good friend, Rydoth.
Well, Lars is inside having a chat with him. If you want to go see.
Carrying a chat, you say? Having a chat. Well, best not to disturb them. Rydoth does like his privacy.
We noticed.
Nothing to be alarmed about. He like sheaths his sword. He trust me. He sheaths his sword.
He's swinging it like crazy.
Even that. Just pretend he doesn't have that. He does not look around that frequently. He's so curious about his surroundings. He's just like, whoa, look at all these trees. He took something. Investigates your wounds. My goodness. You all quite all right?
There was a dragon. We killed it.
You didn't.
He
kill
goes
it.
pale a little bit.
We totally killed it.
You tried to kill it.
No, we totally killed it. Its corpse is over there. We're definitely not going to jump you if you go and look for it, though.
Maybe you didn't hit your head enough.
For your information, this is only the somethingth time I have been concussed, okay?
You were doing so well earlier. Maybe we need to drag you onto the floor again and get that brain reset.
Fine.
I mean, cohesive maintenance is pretty good for them.
Steam wants me to sign in again.
All right. Dyroth opens the door and then looks shocked to see Sildar standing there. My friend, dire news. He approaches and hands him a letter. Same letter you saw him take earlier, actually.
Oh,
Wait.
huh.
What did we get
That's a
you?
little awkward.
Dyroth, or Rydoth. Oof. Rydoth, like, unfurls the scroll, scans it quickly, and, with a faraway look in his eye, rolls it back up. Let's see. This is dire news indeed. Like, strokes his chin. Good to see you, though. I just shifted back into the accent that I had for him, but forgot that I was using.
Hello, Sildar. It's surprised seeing you here.
The feeling is mutual. Not expecting to see you in a place like this. Quite remote. How came you upon this location?
Where-
We were following the lead of someone we rescued from the Tressendor Manor. Myrna Dendra was her name.
Una.
Yes.
Yes. Glad to know she's safe. All feeling quite concerned when she went missing several days before our expedition. Excuse me. Speaking of, Rydoth, there's something I wish to discuss. I understand you, have certain connections, yes? Rydoth, nods mysteriously. Oh. I was quite wondering if, you would happen to know the location of a certain Cragmaw Castle. See, we have reason to believe that a friend of ours, Gundren Rockseeker, is being held captive there. Rydoth, strokes his scraggly white beard. And, it's over to, a little table. You see his hand fly with, an ink and quill. Returns with a roughly sketched map of the region with, a little dotted line and an X. Matter of fact, I do. He wrote some instructions as well. He gives it a good blow, shakes it out a little bit. Once the ink dries, he rolls it up, puts it in a little leather scroll case. Figured you'd need some written instructions. About a distance.
Wait, you know where Cragmaw is?
Now you know where it is too. And he hands you the map case.
Excellent.
I guess we don't need to go to Neverwinter after all.
All yours.
Perfect. Thank you, sir.
No catch. Usually these types of deals are done in transaction. At least see where I come from.
Not much. I haven't got much use for gold, you see. Although, if you think a bit more on our conversation, that'd be repayment enough for me. And he winks at you.
I'll keep that in mind, good sir. You can probably expect an answer from me soon. Should I, there's somewhere I should send a letter? Or
Yeah, he makes a little clicking sound, and then pantomimes flipping a coin, winks at you.
I see. You'll find me. I got you. All right. Well, Thank you very much, Mr. Rydoth. It was a pleasure doing business with you. Pardon me, Sildar. Lars says as he steps out of the house. Ah!
Quite the chance happening here, my fellows, but if you don't mind, Rydoth is an old friend. I believe we've got some catching up to do. I bid
Very
thee
good.
farewell.
Farewell, Mr. Hallwinter.
Right, he steps inside the cabin, closes the door, and then you hear like muffled laughter on the inside and like the clinking of mugs.
Alright, well, I guess we can leave.
Best leave them to it. I don't know if there'll be much more for us here.
By the way, Lars, that written instruction, where are we headed to now?
Yes, scrolls open the map. Is there an actual location for here, or can I just put a pin down, like here, say? On the big map?
Let me actually
Because-
look that up. There is a definite location of it.
Somewhere in the woods here.
Yeah, hold on.
Maybe the mountains on the other side of Phandelver.
Let me see here. All right, I'll say you spent an additional like 60 minutes.
That conversation in there was pretty long.
Oh no, this is a base 100 system, not a base 60.
Should be 1520 right now.
Yeah.
Yes, it's getting dark, so we best make our way towards somewhere we can get some rest for the night, and then we'll make our way to, we'll make our decision from there.
Alright, we can do that. Do we think we can get everything loaded up, Albertine, to wherever we're resting now?
I believe he can. He's a strong lad. I guess we should figure out where our accommodations will be. The largest town nearby is Neverwinter. It's the capital city of this region, if I recall. It's also got a bustling trade district. That might be a good place for us to stop by. Possibly pick up some gear and get a good, nice, long rest for the night before we make our way back down to Phandelver.
Oh my god damn it.
What?
Your Steam crash.
I'm
Yeah,
I'm trying to log into Steam and it has now logged me out on every single device.
Oh no.
Why are you the way that you are?
modern day electronics. I don't know why I said
Okay.
that in Lars's voice. If anybody has any objections to that plan, go ahead and say so now.
I don't think we have anywhere closer to rest effectively, so I don't mind leaving.
No arguments here.
Are you actually going to use your legs, or are we going to have to drag you all the way there?
I can walk.
Good, then stand up. We've got a bit of a journey ahead of us.
By the way, Lars, do you know why he asked if I was a druid?
Lars kind of stops mid-step, pausing for a moment. No, I don't.
Okay. If I had to guess, it'd be something to do with either controlling a beast or transforming into a beast.
Can't say. Our conversation wasn't really pertaining to druids.
Okay.
How do I?
You You trying to delete text?
I'm trying to move it. How do I do that?
Oh, once it's down, it's down. You can't move it.
Dang. Okay.
Okay, now it's just gone weird. Okay, let me out of.
Ah.
It seems to go to the top of the box is where it scales. It's just like distance in that sense.
I'm just gonna draw a little castle.
Well, you could do. You could
No,
also
don't.
just. I was gonna say just type it out, Crag.
There we go.
Crag.
Cragmaw.
Well, that saves us a trip to the Neverwinter Library and then possibly having to roll for history checks. So we now have. It all seems to line up. Path going to the mountain, or up the mountain. Sword Mountain Pass.
Yeah,
Cragmaw
I mean,
Top
it would have to
Village.
be somewhere over there. The bandits and the goblins were operating out of there.
Well, Cragmaw Cave was on the northern half of Tribor.
Right, it was like, it would make even more sense because that's an outpost. Castle itself is a different location.
So,
It's not exactly on top of it.
all right. Well, that should pretty well signify where we need to be going, everyone. That's where our employer is.
Alright, so I guess the plan is to go to Neverwinter and then rest, and I guess that'll be the end of the session.
That or go back to Phandelin, though Phandelin's a much longer walk, and it'll definitely be nightfall by then.
No, I definitely think Neverwinter's the better call.
I've never actually been to Neverwinter. My family's
Does
been
it snow there? It better snow there.
there. I believe it does not. It's coastal.
It can snow on the coast.
I don't believe it does here, though. I don't know. I've only ever heard it secondhand from my family who's visited. I have a couple cousins who used to live there at one point, but I don't know if they still do. I have not kept contact.
Telesh contemplates a long-term goal, having enough magic to make it snow in Neverwinter just because he thinks it'd be funny.
What's that evil glint in your eye? Don't you start getting ideas from Benadryl now.
Alright, so I'm assuming we're leaving on this north path.
Yep.
I mean, that's how we came in, yes.
That's how you came in.
Don't remind me, Toa.
I'm assuming Benadryl is like on his feet now. Yeah.
Yeah, he said he was
Yes.
going to be walking.
All right.
He's using the legs he was given.
All right.
Oh yeah, we have
Yes,
to move
speed.
Benadryl.
And they are out. They're out of here.
Benadryl fell over again. As is tradition.
Well, the nice thing is that I am kind of stuck not being able to help because Steam decided it just didn't want to now.
Uh-oh. Well, it's a good thing the session's basically out of close at this point.
Yeah.
All right. Anything we wanted to address?
No, I'm just want to address that I'm surprised we survived.
Fair enough.
And I'm curious what this Rydoth fellow is, what he's thinking of.
He was a lot less hostile than I was expecting.
I ain't gonna lie, I was kind of scared. But that should do it. We're making our way to Neverwinter for a long rest. We're finally doing the meme. We're going to Neverwinter.
Actually, are you close to Neverwinter?
Oh my god in heaven.
Oh.
Yeah,
Steam,
the
your
entry
apps
was right
suck.
We take this western path. Sorry, my hand's like covering the entire part of that map. We kind of did draw over Neverwinter's name too with the with the marker.
We kind of did.
All right. It's awkwardly quiet for one of the ends of these sessions.
I mean, there's just not a lot happening.
Yeah, and I'm trying to sign back into Steam so that I can play next weekend.
You got banned by the eldritch gods that be.
Yeah, that a password signed me on to Steam on Google on my phone, but won't sign me into the bloody app. God
I
damn
know, I
it!
hate
This
that.
is Steam.
I'll
Your
say-
app sucks balls.
You get. Maybe there's a different, like a better way to time.
We could use one of the counters. They're 4-digit. Though
Oh,
they
really?
don't go up in numeral. They don't go up in numerals of 60 though.
I'll just have to add a certain amount.
You can manually type on it if you click on the
Oh,
screen.
you can?
So if you click on the yellow here, you can get rid of that and do. Yeah, there we go.
That's worth it. That's something. Let's see. Hold on. If I lock it, still. Yeah, I can.
Yeah, you can still type on it.
All right. So is now.
Even looks like a clock.
It's closer to. All right. Let's say you spend the rest of the evening getting right around here.
A presence has been felt.
Knock, knock.
That was actually creepy.
Genuinely unsettling.
Thank you. I'm trying to get into the spirit of the season.
Oh, very much is.
How's the session been going?
Well,
Very productive.
It was very productive. We despite my 40-minute conversation that I had, we actually got through Thundertree Village intact
wow.
with no more conflict.
What? Oh man, there wasn't another dragon.
I tried my best.
There wasn't.
Thanks for trying at least.
We also found the thing we were looking for.
Yes,
Nice.
we found the heirloom. Inside this tiny little dusty box. Now we have this gold amulet with emerald gemstone. Non-magical. It's not gonna randomly turn into a bomb and explode, hopefully.
Of course, why would it?
Just a hunch.
Oh right, I guess this is typically the end of the session, huh?
Uh-huh.
Yep. So it's pretty quiet.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're just headed to Neverwinter.
Yep. They're
Yes,
headed
we're doing
to
the meme.
Neverwinter next session. And I'll go ahead and just wrap things up here. See you all next weekend.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
All right.